Hey y'all, welcome back to Pure South Pastures. Today we've just moved the cows up close to the house. We moved them off the land that we've been on for several days on the new farm and back up close by the house today. And I want to talk to you about just making the most of everything you have. I think, the margins in farming are small and you have to do the best with the least inputs possible. And so we don't want to shortcut our animals as far as taking care of them and keeping good body condition. At the same time, we don't want to just dump money toward trying to maintain them as well, or either. And so how do you make the best of what you have? I just got a little tidbit today I want to share with you, but just hang in with us for a little bit. I'll just kind of share what's on my mind. I'll show you where we're at, and get to see some different animals on here today because I'm up around some other stuff too. So hang in with us today. I'm so glad you're here. It's going to be a good day, just a few minutes hanging out together. So I appreciate you so much. So we're actually right up by the house, and you can definitely tell up here, and this was grazed not too long ago, but you can definitely tell the forage quality difference up here. It's quite a bit better. And hey man, it wasn't a heavy rain, but we got a rain this morning, and actually a little bit last night, rained through the night and rained most of the morning and just drizzled. But I think we ended up with somewhere between 1/4 and 1/3 of an inch. So I'm grateful for it, man. It had gotten dry and we needed it. So thank the Lord for that. It's just refreshing to have that. So up here, we're up by the pig paddock. So I've sent everything to the butcher except for this one gilt that I think she may be pregnant. And so I just sold the boar that I didn't intend. I made a video on that. So had an awesome couple come and pick up that boar, and he's gonna do some breeding for them. I believe this girl is gonna have piglets soon. So that's why I've held her back. If she doesn't have piglets and she proves not to be pregnant, then she'll go to the butcher too. So Miss Piggy here, she's trying to find a place to cool off. She's part Duroc, part Hereford. She's just very docile, very calm, tempered, easygoing. I just love having pigs on the farm. I don't like the way they tear up the stuff, but that's why I keep them in this paddock. Need to rotate them around and kind of clean up the paddock and dump some dirt in here, but it just creates a lot of work. But they gotta have places to wallow. Arkansas heat, they just can't take it if you don't. So anyway, what I was going to talk about today is I'm up here behind the house. I'm actually behind the barn. And so this is a little barnyard where we store our equipment. This is where we keep hay. I just dumped some wood in there until I can get it split, but that'll be full of hay in the fall. That's where we keep our hay and before we haul it out. Our tractor shed also serves as a training piglet pen. We put pigs in there, with that being the gate. We'll close that gate and we keep them in there when we first get them here on the farm. And I'm scraping out some of the manure and stuff out of there. So that's where we keep our pigs when they first come. But it also is where we keep our tractor when there's not pigs in there. And then our brooder is right there. And normally this is where we stack our woodshed, where we stack our hay. We got storage units here. And then right here in that metal box, you can see there's a door going in this side. That's our feed room where we keep feed. And then this is our working pens with the sweep and alley and all that. It's nothing fancy, just allows us to get the job done. We'll probably run them through there. We might run the whole herd through there twice a year. We'll run them through. That's one of the ways that we load trailers, is just to back right up to there and run them through the alley and load it. So we don't use this up here very much, but when we need it, we have it. If we need to doctor an animal to help them get better, we'll do that. And if the weather gets really bad, I guess I'm a soft heart. I got a soft heart. if the weather gets really bad with ice and snow and stuff, then I'll bring the cows up here and let them have access where they can get under there in the wintertime. So, but what I was thinking about was I was gonna mow this this area and take it down and just make it look better, weed eat it. And I got to thinking, I don't know what conditions are gonna be. We may be in a drought before the summer's over. It's how it was last year. And I'm gonna graze everything I can graze, except my wife has requested that I don't graze the front yard. And I'm sure you ladies out there, you can understand that. She doesn't really like cow pies greeting our friends when they come over, or life group when they come over. So I won't do the front yard, but I will do the sides going up to the highway, and that's where they're gonna go tomorrow. So instead of mowing this, I brought them in here today, and hey, this provided half a day of some pretty sweet forage. And you said they'd knocked down a lot of this ryegrass, and there's still some to pick around here on. And honestly, I don't know, because of where this is, I'm not too concerned with, really trying to keep the length of it on, because probably I'm gonna come in here and after they're done and mow it down with a mower, just to kind of clean it up. I got some stuff to burn and some junk to move as well. You know how it is on the farm. But I'll, so I don't care if they take it down all the way. And I got this day and a half out of this, and we'll just let them graze in here until they kind of take it down. Then we'll take them out of the yard. I'll show you what I mean. They're all gathered up here because I gave them a water trough up here. But when we get done in here tonight or tomorrow morning, whichever I decide to do, when we get done in here, I'll open this gate. I'll open this gate right here, and we'll go right out here. And you can see that goes all the way up the highway. Look out, Bubba. Look out. Just go through this walkthrough real quick. So I mowed the front yard today, which is right up there by the highway. And then they'll have all this to graze. They'll have all this to graze. They can graze down behind the pond and go on the side. I've got chicken tractors right up there, but they can go on the side. I'll just I'll watch them close, but I'll put one line of poly wire up out there, and they'll graze it. And I've done this for the last 2 years. I'll graze them 2 or 3 times on it, then I'll mow it. And depending on how it's growing, I'll bring them back and graze it again. And I really don't care. I'm not too concerned about taking it down too low, because if I was just maintaining it with the mower with the 0 turn, I'd be taking it down low anyway. And so I treat this a little bit different than I do the pasture, where I let I want a little more length to cover the soil. We're in the process of just trying to put armor back on the soil on this whole farm. So really we're letting stuff get longer and even get seed heads or whatever, just because we're trying to get length to trample so that we can put armor back on the soil or lay some carbon down. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, because it's just the opportunity to make the most of everything. These few days might mean a lot when we come down to really dry conditions, and every day matters. Every paddock matters. So you can see here we've been trimming some trees off my buildings that were growing up really close. I got to get these trees taken care of. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I love this lifestyle, but there's always another thing to do, or another 20 things to do. It's just hard to get to it all. So speaking of that, I better get to it and get off here. But I just wanted to let's make the most of every opportunity we have, make the most of everything that we get to do. And so instead of me just mowing down the forage that is behind this building, I'm gonna graze it. Instead of me just mowing the yard, I'll mow part of it up close to the house where obviously we don't want cows up eating the flowers and stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna let cows graze it. I just think that's the best use of the resource that we have. So tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, I may put them right out here for this evening, and they can lay out here. There's a light right there on the pole, so they kind of like it out here anyway. Let them lay right here. I won't let them in the pond at all. I've got issues with the pond anyway. I'm trying to get it fixed, but I'm not gonna let them in the pond. I'll give them water from a trough, and then tomorrow I'll let them graze up around the house while we're around. And then we'll be back to, this is the weekend, so we'll be back to grazing again out there, out in the pasture later next week. So anyway, that's just my thoughts for today. I want to make the greatest use of all the resource that we have. Why spend money driving over it with a zero turn, money and time? Because time is money, right? And gasoline obviously is money. Why spend that time and money doing that when the cows spent the afternoon in here eating all this? And here they are. See, this boy's slicking off pretty good. You can see his hair coat, but look how shiny she is. And she just slick as a button. He is too. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're going after. Girl right there slicking off. She was, earlier this week, you can see down her side, she had lots of fuzz. And this one too, she's slicking off. These younger ones, they have a hard time shedding their coat quite as quick. But yep, it's a good life we live. It's awesome. Love these animals. Hate that kookaburra right there. I knew she wasn't gonna let me get too close. Does it get any better than that right there? Look at that, man. Short, stubby face like her daddy. She's a good one. This girl's got a lot of Devon in her. I like her a lot. You see, she struggles. It's not even that hot today. Look at her panting. She's ruminating, chewing her cud. She always struggles when it gets hot. I do like her. She produces a good calf. So there's my spiel for today, guys. I hope you have a great weekend this weekend. Whenever you're watching this, I hope your day is great. I hope you're blessed. My prayer for you is that you're blessed in all you do, and that you make today great. So God bless you. Until next time, we'll see you later.